Glad you stayed with us here on the Northern Kentucky Magazine with Dr. X, Tom Newbold. Tom, I want to get right into the guts of it, and let's look at these x-rays. You brought one here that, what I said was, I thought that it was just about bones, but it isn't. You brought one that is a flower, right?
That's right. This is the dogwood, this one over here. And what it is a friend of mine, Harry.
Oh, that is nice.
Took an x-ray of a dogwood flower, and he experimented for years doing that. And this is one of the ones that he came up with, and he asked me if I'd like to have them, and I said, sure, I'd love to display them. And what I did is I put behind them, I put a green film so to give it some color, because normally that would be in black and white. And I have a film here that I put behind it, which looks like this. I bought it at Theater House. It's used as gels behind lights in theaters to create effects and things like that. You might have seen it on your Christmas tree. You have one, and then you alternate with it. Or 3D glasses or something like that. So I could put either, this was sort of an orangish one, and this is a green one here. I put a green one behind this to give it some color, because most people, when they think of x-rays, think of black and white and gray, and mine have different colors to them. Some of them are red and green and orange and yellow and blue and things like that.
That's interesting.
So that creates a whole nother level of it, and especially with one like this, where the green color is the one that you would naturally think of when you're seeing something like that.
Okay, now when you sell like this piece, you sell the whole
thing. The light box
so you
comes
get the
with
light.
it.
Perfect.
The light box comes with it, and as a matter of fact, some of the ones that I'm going to have at the show at the York Street Cafe are going to have custom-made light boxes. These are standard ones like you'd buy at that a doctor would buy for his office. But I have some custom-made ones that are made specifically for an art piece that I have. So those are going to be kind of interesting too, made out of wood rather than these that are made out of metal. Although these are beautiful light boxes too. These are brand new ones that have never been used by anybody.
I think they're very nice, and they look like they would be easy to hang from the back.
Oh yeah, they're very easy. They've got holes in the back to hang them, because that's what doctors do in their offices, hang them on the wall there.
Well, you have another one, an interesting one that other people may have seen before, but they, like you say, they don't look at it in the way that you do. If you could explain what you see in the x-ray.
All right. In this one, I have 3 different x-rays, which I've cut up and put together to create a sort of effect. On the one bottom one down here, on the one bottom one over here, I really like the fact that the person's neck and the way the vertebrae and the way you see the bones in the neck. In the one that's above it, this one right here, the person has a glass eye. I don't know whether it's that easy to see, but there's a round eye in that one that's really interesting. And the one on
and that's the dark color.
Yes,
right
that's
there.
the one as they come in right there. See, that's the one with the dark color on it. That's the one that has the glass eye. And the one on the other side over here then is somebody who's a woman who obviously, I think it's a woman. I don't know. It's hard to tell sometimes.
Jewelry, right?
Yes, she left her earring on, so you can see the earring in the x-ray also. So that created sort of the other effect. And then I decided to put a green gel behind this one also, like I had on this one over here, to give it some color and everything. And I think when you look at the whole thing together, I call this one Ain't She Sweet, because I think it reminds me of that song for some reason. I don't know why, and I don't know even that all 3 of those are women, but the great thing about x-rays is you don't know whether it's a man, a woman. A lot of times you can't tell whether they're old, young, black, white, rich, poor, good, bad. One of the things I try to create, one of the things I try to create is the impression that below the surface we're all the same. And if you looked at an x-ray of you or me, we wouldn't be able to tell the difference between us.
I couldn't tell it was me.
Yes, you couldn't tell which one it was. And that just shows that below the skin, we're all pretty much the same, and we all have pretty much the same structure and everything. And it's just these outward things that we make such a big fuss over and spend so many millions of dollars making sure they look in a certain way. And that's sort of a message.
Clothes.
Yes, and clothes and everything else. And that's one of the messages with my artwork, is that we're all the same just below the surface. And how far below it is it? It's only, what, maybe about a 1/10 of an inch or something like that.
You can feel your bones.
You can feel your bone, and yet we don't ever really see our bones and what they look like unless we see them in an x-ray. So it's sort of a hidden alien world that's right there in front of our eyes all the time, but not seen by us. So that's one of the other things, is bringing things that are not seen and bringing them out so people can take a look at them. And I think that they're artistic when they're presented in certain ways.
Oh, I do too. I think it's fascinating. Now, did you also bring this one? Do they have that one in the back or no?
Yes, they have that one. Here's
Oh,
one.
there.
Let's look at this one. This one I call Broken Dreams. And what it is it's an x-ray of a skull. And
I see, the head in the background.
Yes,
That
and
is-
then there's a cracked x-ray. Back in the 30s when they made x-rays, sometimes they didn't develop them properly and they cracked and had crackles all over them. And I put that behind it, and then behind that I put a yellow one, and behind that I put a blue one to create, so there's sort
Oh,
of
I
a
see the blue coming
see
out,
the
yeah.
blue, the
That's-
yellow, and the
that's
green
interesting.
effect. And then when you look at it totally, it looks like Broken Dreams.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah, and you said you do have a hand or you don't?
Yes, I do. I think well, this next one, let's take a look at this one. This next one is of seashells.
Oh, that's what you were referring to, that they have a bone structure inside as well,
Right,
or
they're made out of
calcification.
calcium, so they have the same structure as a bone would have. And this is, once again, Harry, the person who did this other x-ray, did this one for me. He took an x-ray of different seashells, and you can see the insides of them. It's very intricate, the insides of the
And that
seashells.
is the x-ray right there. So
That's
there-
the x-ray.
I mean, they're all formed.
Yes, they're all formed, and I put different colors behind them so that it would emphasize each one and what it looks like.